standpoint of, so I played in the national championship and I basically went to the draft right after, got picked. And then you basically pack up and move. Like, you're moving in April, you don't even finish senior year of college. And
rookie seasons are a roller coaster, full of jaw-dropping highs and behind-the-scenes challenges. Caitlin Clark is pulling back the curtain on her electrifying debut, sharing untold stories that will leave fans speechless. From clutch moments on the court to the struggles no one sees, she's giving us a raw, unfiltered look at what it really takes to make it in the league. Now, let's dive into these untold mysteries and see what it's really like to be a rookie sensation. Buckle up, it's going to be a wild ride.
I don't know, life-changing maybe?
That's a great one. I think
and like, all in a good way. Like, I mean, things just change really fast. Like, as you guys know, like, that's just how the world works. And especially with social media, people see a lot of your life, but that's what makes it fun and why I've had so many cool opportunities too. So
Caitlin Clark, the NCAA superstar, recently shared the challenges of transitioning to the WNBA. As the expected #1 draft pick, the pressure was immense, and the hurdles were bigger than most realize. From adapting to the pro game's speed and physicality to handling the constant spotlight, her rookie year has been a test of resilience. Now she's opening up about the highs, lows, and behind-the-scenes struggles of her debut season, giving fans a real look at what it takes to shine in the league.
We're not drafted in the first round. What was it like being a first-round pick?
Oh, well,
or
I felt
the first pick,
so it's crazy. Like, because of COVID, I could have actually gone back to school for a 5th year.
What were you considering that?
Well, early on, yes.
It looked like you were having a good old time over there in Iowa.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. It looked like you were having
I mean, it's college. Like, you're there with your friends, and like the game's just easier. Like, it's just how it is. And you don't want that chapter of your life to end. Like, it's fun.
Clark's dominance at Iowa made her a household name with comparison to some of the game's all-time greats. But the spotlight that came with her college success also cast a heavy shadow, the relentless pressure to stay perfect and make a flawless leap to the pros. While fans saw her electrifying plays and record-breaking performances, few understood the weight she carried. The transition to the WNBA wasn't just about adjusting to a faster, tougher game. It was about living up to sky-high expectations while proving she belonged among the best.
Recruiting letter in 7th grade? Is this true?
Yeah.
That's insane. Were you playing with high schoolers at this point?
Yeah, it's honestly sad. Like, where college, like, recruitment has kind of gone, it's just insane. But also, I feel very fortunate. Like, my parents, they told my older brother, like, go get the mail. Like, we don't want your sister to see that. They, like, wanted me to be in 7th grade and, like, enjoy middle school and, like, hang out with your friends. Like, you shouldn't be worrying about where you're going to college. So I didn't really take any visits until, like, after my freshman year. And then I didn't decide until my senior year.
Clark's final college season, which should have been a celebration of her incredible achievements, was overshadowed by the weight of what came next. The looming WNBA draft and the pressure of being the top pick stole the joy of her collegiate moments. Instead of soaking in her team's victories and the roaring cheers of fans, her mind was consumed by thoughts of contracts, professional expectations, and the challenges of transitioning to the next level. What should have been a time of pure celebration became a whirlwind of stress and anticipation, a reminder that even the brightest stars face sacrifices on their path to greatness.
Unlike any other professional sport, really, from the standpoint of, so I played in the national championship and I basically went to the draft right after, got picked, and then you basically pack up and move. Like, you're moving in April, you don't even finish senior year of college. And I guess for you guys, like, what was it? You go to the combine. How long do you have to prepare for the combine? A few months, and then you get drafted, and you still got a little time to get acclimated to the new city.
For sure.
You know, you have camp, whatever. Like, it's not like that. Like, camp for us is like...
The transition to the WNBA wasn't easy for Clark. She pointed to the grueling schedule as a major challenge. Unlike the more spaced-out college games, the WNBA season is packed with back-to-back matchups, constant travel, and fierce competition. Coming straight off a demanding NCAA tournament run, she had little time to rest or reflect on her college career before jumping into the pros. The quick shift left her unprepared, adding to the physical and mental strain. On top of it all, she carried the weight of being the face of the franchise, a role that brought its own set of pressures. It was a tough adjustment, showing just how demanding the leap to the WNBA can be.
Like, I feel like the average just like basketball fan doesn't understand how good NBA players are, and they think it looks like they're not trying. I promise you they're trying. They're just like so good. Like, that's why it looks like they're not trying. And obviously the physicality of the league has changed a lot, and I wasn't around when it was like much more physical, and maybe people want more like beef and physicality, and people think it's gotten soft. But I think that's also because the skill has just changed, and like, that's what's great about basketball. Like, it's always evolving. Like, it's going to be different than when MJ played. It's going to be different in 10 years than it is now. So it's hard for me to like put my finger on like why it has gone down. And also it's competing against a lot of football right now. You have to take that into consideration. Like, football is just, you know, that's America's favorite.
The pressure wasn't just about basketball. Media duties, sponsorship deals, and the constant glare of social media created a storm that Clark found hard to handle. She admitted there were moments when the weight of it all felt crushing, but despite these challenges, Clark's resilience has stood out. Through the chaos, she's shown the strength to keep pushing forward, proving she's more than just a player, she's a fighter.
So no one has had a more discussed transition to the WNBA than Caitlin Clark, obviously. You know, her welcome to the WNBA experience, welcome to reality experience was the topic of many headlines, conversations, and the way that she was received, the words pettiness and jealousy and other things were thrown out there a lot.
As Clark grows as a player in person, her journey inspires not just for her skills, but for how she handles the pressures of greatness. The WNBA's packed schedule, games, practices, and constant travel is a grind. For Clark, the past months have been a blur of matches and recovery, with little time to rest or reflect. Yet, she's pushed through. With teammates relying on her, coaches trusting her, and fans cheering her on, Clark has shown the resilience to meet the moment. Her ability to rise above the challenges proves she's built for the spotlight.
There's so many ways that I can continue to get better, and I feel like there were so many ways I could have been even better this year, and that's what gets you going and gets you fired up, and you want to continue to keep playing. But at the same time, that's what stinks about the season ending is I felt like we were really starting to find our groove and really.
Every sprint, pass, and shot was scrutinized, praised or criticized with equal intensity. Yet, through it all, Clark carried herself with a calmness that hid the storm inside. Even the toughest challenges couldn't prepare her for the emotional weight of what came next. When she was announced as the first overall pick, a dream she worked toward for years, she was caught between pride and disbelief. Yes, she put in countless hours to reach this moment. Yes, she'd imagined her name being called first. But when it actually happened, a quiet humility took over. The honor was real, but so was the realization of the work ahead. It was a moment of triumph, tempered by the understanding that this was just the beginning.
I don't know, life-changing maybe?
That's a great
Nice.
one. I
That's
think
a really
that
And
that's
all in a good way. Things just change really fast, as you guys know. That's just how the world works, and especially with social media, people see a lot of your life, but that's what makes it fun and why I've had so many cool opportunities too. So it's crazy, looking back at a year ago today or around this time, I was just beginning my senior year of college. And obviously, people knew who we were and people attended our games, but it's obviously not on the magnitude that it is now.
In the hyper-competitive world of basketball, nothing is guaranteed. For every win, there's a setback. For every spotlight moment, countless hours of unseen grind. Clark understood this better than most, which made her achievements even more meaningful. What set her apart wasn't just talent, it was her perspective. She saw being the first pick not as a crown, but as a challenge to keep proving herself. As the season wound down, Clark stayed true to herself, driven yet grounded, confident yet humble. The journey to the top was tough, but it shaped her into the athlete and person she was meant to be.
Clark, don't tell anybody, but Caitlin Clark announced that she is entering the WNBA draft. Now, my first reaction was, why would you do that now? You're getting a lot of attention. Why don't you just win a national championship, declare for the draft, drop the mic, and walk around? But apparently, Caitlin...
Pressure. Honestly, I feel like it's something that just comes with it, and honestly, I don't feel a lot of it. I think it's kind of just come with how I've carried myself and how I've, gone about my business every single day, and I think that's what I try to do the most. But at the same time, I always remind myself, this is a team sport. I have a lot of people to rely on, and then outside of basketball, I always rely on my friends and my family to be there and support me. So I think those are the biggest things. I never really...
The grind didn't stop. As a rookie with the Fever, Caitlin was expected to bring her best every day. Her talent and drive were clear, but even the most dedicated athlete has limits. Practices, games, travel, and media duties piled up, leaving her desperate for a moment of peace that never came. Adding to the chaos was the pressure of international play. Named to Team USA, Caitlin faced another layer of expectations. When the Olympics offered a break in the WNBA's relentless schedule, it felt like a lifeline. During those weeks, Caitlin finally allowed herself to rest.
I love that. Let's do it.
That's
a
actually
great idea.
genius. That is
Genius. 4-point line.
How does the criminal justice major come up with the best marketing plan right here?
Sometimes you just got to open your eyes, Jason. Look at the sheet of paper in front of you.
Or we could get just 2 spots.
Yeah.
What about you're saying that everybody's questioning how physical the game is. What do you think a hockey style fight once a game? Just everybody picks a fighter.
Who doesn't like a
boxing
good hockey
gloves
style
so
fight?
nobody
2-minute
gets too
penalty
hurt?
box, and you can come back in. You don't get ejected.
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
He's got some reach on him.
Bring
That's
that
what the
physicality
hockey
back.
guy wants that.
Shooting,
the WNBA and the ability to shoot, she by far exceeds what the WNBA players are able to do today. And it wouldn't be surprising to me if Caitlin Clark walks in the WNBA and is a WNBA All-Star immediately. And it wouldn't surprise me if she walked in there and was the MVP of the league.
She enjoyed quiet mornings, slow walks, and meaningful time with loved ones. For the first time in a while, she felt human again. Caitlin Clark has taken basketball by storm, redefining dominance with her deep-range shooting. Known for hitting shots from impossible distances, her skills spark debates far beyond the court. Imagine a 4-point line. It would be a game-changer for someone like Caitlin. Her legendary shooting forces defenders into tough choices, guard her near half-court and risk mismatches, or hang back and hope she misses, a gamble that rarely works. Caitlin's range isn't just impressive, it's revolutionary.